Hello there, and welcome to another Movie Geek review. And in this video, I'll be sharing with you my thoughts on the latest Netflix release, Hillbilly Elegy. And this is an interesting movie. I was very much looking forward to this movie ever since I saw that they are going to make this film. It's directed by Ron Howard, Academy Award winning director Ron Howard, and it features an ensemble that's probably one of the biggest acting showdown that we will see in some of the films that will be released this year and in the coming award season. So you have Amy Adams playing the role of Beverly Vance, and then you have Glenn Close playing the role of Mao Mao. I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Mao Mao or Mamo? Or anyway. Then you have the incredible Gabriel Basso, who's playing the main character, JD Vance, and you have the likes of Bo Hopkins as Papao and Haley Bennett as the sister of JD Vance. And yeah, as I mentioned early on, if we are just gonna talk about the acting and how brilliant the cast was in terms of delivering and giving life to these characters. This is a winner. I think it's one of those movies that are very much focused on these big dramatic moments, these heavy emotional moments. And the funny thing is, I've seen a lot of reviews and I've seen a lot of feedback from critics and just normal moviegoers. And unfortunately, Hillbilly Elegy has been receiving some terrible reviews, which is very unfortunate because I personally enjoyed the film. And you know what? After a couple of days of pondering into that as to why am I enjoying the film? Why did I like the movie? And pretty much majority of everyone who has seen it is in consensus and they don't like it. And I think part of that is I'm so used to watching Filipino dramas. And Filipino drama, they like this big shouting, fighting, crying scenes. And perhaps a lot of the scenes that were used in this movie, which depict that kind of imagery, took me back to what I used to watch in the Philippines. That's normal. The slapping and the child abuse and the domestic violence and the big scene that Amy Adams caused in one of the sequences where she was crying and making a scene in the street. That's something that we saw a lot in Filipino movies, and again, like what I said earlier, it feels like I'm taken back to watching Filipino films with this big dramatic, award worthy type of scenes. And that's probably one of the reasons why I personally enjoyed the movie, because I'm used to seeing that, and I can understand why most people wouldn't really want to see that, and it feels like those scenes were just created just to create some sort of drama around the movie, and there wasn't really any purpose for it. But personally, in my own opinion, I enjoy them. The other reason why I think most people are not 100% convinced about this film, I've read some comments around the whole takeaway from this movie, which is around working hard. And it doesn't matter what your background is. If you work hard and if you are determined to achieve whatever you want to achieve in life, it doesn't matter whether you are from a poor family or from a rich family. At the end of the day, in order for you to attain success, you need to be able to be hardworking and someone who's persevering to achieve anything despite of what's happening around him. And that is indeed the key takeaway of this movie. It didn't stop JD Vance to pursue his dreams, to reach his ambition, and to achieve what he wanted to achieve. Despite of what has happened in his past, and I don't think it's wrong to highlight that aspect, because that's something that's, in my opinion, very inspirational. It motivates. It should motivate people to not look at what's been happening in the past, to not blame mistakes of other people, and do not use those as an excuse. Um, to not pursue what you really want to achieve. And I think that's a big point to reflect on after watching the movie. Again, I'm not 100% sure why some critics or some people don't really like that angle, because for me that's a very powerful message. There was a part towards the end of the movie where JD Vance's character, Gabriel Basso, had a bit of a narration in terms of the resolution of the whole conflict, and how in the end he was able to still pursue his dreams of becoming a lawyer, for example. And I think that was a really powerful part, and it was in my head it was a perfect ending to what has been a roller coaster of a ride type of movie, where you had a lot of emotions going on, and the final scene for me was the perfect type of conclusion to this kind of material. So I'm I'm a little shocked and surprised as to why it seems like I feel like I'm the only one who's kind of like in the defense side for Hillbilly Elegy. It does have a lot of political connection in terms of the portrayal, of the Appalachians, and the white poverty concept, and yeah, I mean, if anything, for me, the film shows us a side of American life that we don't usually see in TV or in movie or in media in general. And it's good, especially for someone who's not from the States. It's good to see this, that this happens in real life, and that these stories exist. And again, the best that we can do about it is to have that key takeaway, reflect on it and learn from it, and use that and apply that to our own lives. In terms of the performance, Glenn Close was definitely getting a lot of reviews in terms of, will this be her chance to finally win an Oscar? Uh, I was personally gutted to see how small the character was. I was expecting to be kind of a bigger role that is borderline lead and supporting, because I think those kind of roles is what will make her win potentially. Um, but I feel like the movie was definitely focused on the characters played by Gabriel, Basso, and Amy Adams. I think Amy Adams definitely has way bigger screen time. So I think Glenn Close will be nominated. I think that's for sure. Definitely going to take one of those five spots. I mean, she was brilliant. She really transformed herself to this Mamau character, and you can see the intensity in her performance. However, I don't think it's enough to take her to that winner circle. I mean, I'm comparing her with some of the potential supporting actress contenders that I've seen so far. Unfortunately, I think Maria Bakalova from Borat has more of a remarkable character. She did not do a lot of crying. She didn't do a lot of hysterical scenes. She did not. She didn't do any, a lot of emotional, heavy drama moments. But I think it's how she put her own stamp in that character, in that role. That's what makes her stand out, and I think that's something that I'm missing from Glenn Close's performance in this film. But like I said, Amy Adams was brilliant. I was never a fan of Amy Adams. I've seen her movies in the past. I like her in Doubt and in American Hustle, but I'm not generally an Amy Adams fan. But for this one, I really admired how she took this character and gave it her own Amy Adams spin. You're still seeing Amy Adams, but you're also looking through the story of Bev Vance, and I think that's really important in terms of how you embody someone else's character, and that was brilliantly done by Amy Adams. Gabriel Basso was also good. I think he was technically the lead character of the movie, and to cope with that pressure of working and acting alongside some of the bests from Hollywood, that must be a big challenge for Gabriel Basso. But he stood, he delivered, and I think in the end, you'll be rooting for his character. The audience, the viewers will be on his side, and that's how convincing his acting was. So that's great. Other technical elements, I think the scoring was okay. I think the production design and the art direction were both okay. Nothing too crazy about the cinematography. I think the editing, I would say it's good because I wasn't lost that much in terms of the flashback and present switching of scenes. But I can understand why some people were a bit like, oh, this is so tiring and this is just so annoying. So, but for me it worked, and I didn't have any issues with it. So there you have it. I think it's a shame that the response from the public on this movie has not been as good as what probably the team were also expecting. Has it lost its Oscar chances? I don't think it's gonna have any chance at all when it comes to the bigger categories like Best Picture or Best Adapted Screenplay. Sorry, or Best Lead, Best Actress, like for Amy Adams. I think its strongest chance will be for Glenn Close in the Best Supporting Actress race. And yeah, and unfortunately, I'm really disappointed as to how the public has accepted this movie, and I'd really would really like for you to watch it for yourself and see it for yourself and let me know your thoughts. I hope I'm not the only one who likes the film, because I'm pretty sure there are so much more takeaways that you can get from this movie. I really like the message, and for me it works. So yeah, let me know what you think of Hillbilly Elegy. Add your comments on the comment section down below, and again, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can get all the latest updates, including my movie geek reviews. So thank you very much. Thanks. Bye.